Alright, Walnut Hill Farm coming at you today. So 12 degrees in the barn right now. Today, our plan is to work on a mineral feeder for the goats. I recently have been doing a little bit more research on minerals in general. On this farm, we really care about the individual animal, making sure that they're getting the appropriate nutrition that they need. In general, minerals, something that the goats really need, are sold in a bag like this. This is a Sprout Goat Mineral, not a sponsor obviously. They have this one size fits all mineral. We've been using it. I haven't noticed anything good, haven't noticed anything bad. I recently been doing more research on that, and I came along the Holistic Goat on Facebook, and they have things called Avalon Farms. They have a mineral buffet. And I really like that idea because there's so many different minerals that goats need. And if they were out perusing or foraging, their bodies would tell them what they needed and they would go and find it, or they would have a forage source or something from the earth to take to be able to meet that need nutritionally. However, the one-size-fits-all model doesn't help them regulate anything. They can kind of push things around a little bit, but it's a fine dust, it's a powder. And so the goats are going to intake that as much as they feel they need to. However, it doesn't let them dial anything in. Anywhere. This is a mineral and vitamin supplement specifically formulated for goats. Twice as much calcium as phosphorus to help balance the feeding of a combination of hay and corn. Which I don't feed corn, so that's not helpful. It says this mineral contains copper. Do not feed the sheep. Feed at a rate of 0.7 ounces per head per day. Then it says above 0.7 ounces per 100 pounds of body weight per head per day. Oh my gosh. I have 120 pounds of goat. So that means I need like 0.9 minerals. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is the mineral buffet is 20 different minerals. And I will go through them all another time. What I'm more focused on today with this video is going to be how we allow the goats to access the mineral. What I have purchased are 3-inch 45 degree PVC pieces. They're going to butt up against a 1x6 cedar, 1x6 like this, so have a little like this, okay? They're going to be able to get in and feed like that. I can fill from there as well. I'm also going to strap it with a metal screw strap. Each one, I need 20 of them. At 3 inches times 20, if they're butted right up next to each other, that's only 60 inches. But I did by an 8-foot length, which is 96 inches, so that I hopefully have a little bit of, room to staple them down or to fasten them down, allow for some room throughout so they're not super tight or anything like that. I also bought some shelving supports because I know they're probably going to try and put their feet up on it, that kind of stuff. I'm going to try and put it up high enough so that it's right at their chin, so they have to kind of like get in there, but not low enough where they can like put their feet up on it, or they can put their feet up on anything, to be completely honest. So I don't really know if that's going to make a difference, but we'll find out. All right, so we're going to go bring everything in. Got my drill, thankfully, I knew where all my tools were today. I got my impact, I got my saw in case I need that, which I don't think I will. I also have my drill. I got some bits out here, that kind of thing. So we're going to start by making the shelf. I'm going to join a 1x6 on top of another 1x6, and then adding in the shelves first, the shelf supports, just to make that a nice shelf, get that done, and then what we'll do is start playing with how they line up. I might add the shelf supports later, but I do want to be able to put them, I want to be able to make sure they're not interfering with where I need to put the PVC pipes. So let me go get all that stuff. I'll show it all to you and I'll have it all laid out in a minute. I gotta clean up in here a little bit too. Ugh. So right now, I have my shelf here. My shelf. Got it. So I've got 1x6 and 1x6. They're going to be joined. I'm going to pre-drill my holes so I don't crack any of it. I'm going to be using 1 5/8 inch screws mainly because that's what I have in the barn, but also because I don't want to go too deep and crack the other board. I'm going to probably do about 12 of them to keep it nice and secure. Using these quick grips to just keep things straight. The board was a little bit warped in some of the spots, like right there. I don't know if you can, it doesn't really pick it up on the video very well, but we're gonna make do with it. It looks. I feel like that's pretty sturdy. Not 100% sure. You know, goats are pretty good at rooting stuff. We'll see what happens. I have no clue. I think I'm gonna put the pipes on first instead of the shelving braces that I bought, just because it's gonna be hard since this is the bottom. If I put the shelving braces on right now, I'm not gonna be able to tilt it down without rooting those. So we're gonna flip this over. Yeah, this board is gonna go against the cedar board that I have in there now. This will be the bottom, which I could even set a 2x underneath here, again, to give it a little less flexion potentially, but we'll get there. We'll take this is 3-inch, and we're gonna put it just like that on there, as level as possible. Band it with the stuff I got. So let's double check. I don't know where my tape is. The other thing I'm minorly worried about is I'm gonna be putting this like that. Be putting the metal fastener on like a strap. I'm gonna strap it down, fasten on either end, sides, hopefully. What if they get their foot in there? There's nothing underneath here. So what that means is I might actually put like help it stay a little sturdy. This looks to be like the right size too. The other problem I ran into was it's a 3-inch without the beveled end or the opening like that. It's just, they say both ends are 3 inches. Obviously both of these are 3 somehow too. I don't know. I don't know anything about PVC. Anyway, that's gonna do the same thing. It's a little bit longer, it looks like, by 1/8 of an inch potentially. I really don't know how I'm gonna get down in between these, so I have myself a little gap. This is gonna be the hardest part, is the metal. This is what I bought right here, this galvanized duct tape. It's 100 feet, and it's just an incredible amount. It's the shortest they had. I don't know why I don't need 100. I think what we'll do is kind of play around with it and see how it looks. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We still have some on the end. My math is wrong. I gotta go with the tape, because I am under the impression that these are 8-foot lengths. Should be 96 inches. That means I should have 30 inches. 36 inches left. It must, those gaps have got to be at least 1 inch, so that means that's 20 extra inches. Because I only have like 18 right here. Kitty. Look, I can make some better space, and I still have some space there. So you saw the space there. So what that's telling me is I have room to play, but I'm gonna have to use the whole length of the 96 inches, which I hadn't necessarily intended on doing. Not the end of the world, but making 8 feet of space in the run is gonna be minorly difficult. So what I need to do now is I need to go inside, get my tape measure. Then I need to get some smaller screws. When I come back out, then I'm gonna start by playing with the tape and screwing in the first one and just seeing how much room that actually takes me. I don't know if I can just come down that much. I think I can, because it should in theory be able to just loop it, drill it down and be able to loop right back up. I also want it to look minorly organized and not just have like 4 inches on the one end. So get the tape, draw some stuff up. Okay, we'll do that.